What up, though? It's two words for you. The wrestling podcast brought to you by Kingdom Cast. It's your boy Country Boy 567 in the Rimp Sanity. Today
Yo,
we're gonna go over the Royal Rumble, which was amazing, and then we're going over Monday Night Raw, and then some future potential stuff going on down the line. So, if anybody's watching, feel free to comments, questions, anything, hit us up. But let's start with the Royal Rumble. Where you want to start?
man. You know what? I think we could start with the women's rumble. That's a good
Okay.
way to start.
Um,
And yeah, go ahead.
no, the women's Royal Rumble was pretty good. A
Hmm.
lot of NXT representation, which I thought
Yeah,
we was gonna get in the men, but we got more of it in the women's. The
yeah,
women's Royal was it started off with Roxanne Perez. So, well, she didn't start it off, but it started off quick pace, hurry up, and
hmm,
and and we introducing the new girls. We introducing the youngins. We're gonna put NXT girls in there. I thought it was a great match. It was an 8 out of 10 for me.
hmm.
Charlotte Flair returning was amazing. Stop booing
Yep.
Charlotte Flair, but y'all gonna make her turn into a heel off
Yeah.
the gate. And that's something we'll talk about later. And
Hmm.
I'm kind of in favor of that. Make her a heel. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what we're gonna do. Then we listen to the audience around here. So we're gonna make her a heel. Y'all gonna keep booing her. I'm gonna book her with Tiffany Stratton in WrestleMania. She's gonna make her look amazing. I
Yep.
don't know if she's gonna win.
I could
That's
see
something
it
we have to
going
talk
either
further
way.
down the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a good match. The winner was the winner. I liked the final four. I liked Last Legend. I like Bianca's showing.
Yep.
Um, who else? Who else did I like? I like my girl Jada Parker. Hey Jada. I like
Hey, Miss
Jada.
Parker. Yeah.
Hey Miss Parker. Bruh. Chill out. So yeah, it was a good match. Um it set the event off right and I had fun with it. How'd you feel about it?
I felt real good about the women's rumble. Like you said, the NXT representation is there. And I think that kind of speaks to how good that roster is on the NXT, especially for the women's side. Like they clearly see like a whole handful of superstars on that roster, and they're just sending them out there because I feel like they think they're ready to make the main roster move. So I think that spoke to that. As far as Charlotte Flair winning, I thought that was the right choice. I thought that was what they were going to end up doing. I think both of us picked Charlotte to win, although I had two picks and Charlotte was one of mine.
Yeah, you
But
had Charlotte and Bianca, right? If I remember.
yeah,
Yeah, we
yes,
all three had
little homie
everybody had
also had
Charlotte.
Charlotte. So,
It just made
um,
sense. I mean, she was just coming fresh off a long injury, hard injury,
mhm,
and it just made sense for her to win. And it wasn't even knowing that she was going to win, it wasn't too predictable.
mhm,
It's like, oh
yeah,
man, I seen that. Yeah, okay, I knew it was going to go down just like that. No,
yeah,
it was enjoyable, even though
yeah.
you knew who was going to win.
And I think to speak to that, halfway through the Rumble, I think this idea started floating in my mind when we did the preview. Nia Jax winning the Rumble also made a lot of sense to me as well because she also
Mhm.
could challenge Tiffany at WrestleMania and that make a whole bunch of sense. So halfway through the Rumble, I was thinking, man, Nia's going pretty far. This might be the year she wins it. But no, it ended up being Charlotte Flair, which again I'm fine with. But yeah, like you said, it wasn't too predictable. But if anyone were going to win the Royal Rumble twice, be the first woman to do it twice, it like the money would be on Charlotte Flair to do it.
Now, I don't know how, but I kind of lost track of time. So when I turned it on, Roxanne Perez was already in the ring. So they was three deep already. So I missed
I think
probably the
she
first
went
two
to
or three
two.
minutes.
Hmm.
But I mean it didn't take away from anything. Liv Morgan is one of my MVPs of the match. She did amazing.
She did
We're
good.
gonna mention Roxanne Perez. She went an hour and 20 something minutes,
Yeah.
27 minutes, most ever. So that's another thing that you can put on her resume.
Hmm.
I expect to see her on the main roster
Soon.
before
Very
WrestleMania, if
soon.
not the
Yeah.
Monday after, immediately after WrestleMania, she's gonna be on the main roster. So I mean, that's okay. Let's talk about the NXT guys. Hold on. Um, Lash Legend made an appearance, an impressive appearance.
Yep. Look very
Uh,
strong. Look very tall.
Jordan Grace from TNA made a very well. She's not in TNA. She's the
Yeah, she's a
WWE now. So
WWE superstar now. Yeah.
yes,
Didn't we see Alexa Bliss?
yeah.
Yeah,
We
she
gonna
made her return.
calm
But
down, man.
we can get to that. We could talk about the new
We was
additions
gonna talk about the
first.
NXT first, but
Yeah.
we missed the jump the gun over here. So they got a lot of the roster is deep.
Yeah.
How do
Very
you
deep.
start? Okay, so where are you going with Charlotte Flair? Are you going Raw or SmackDown with her?
If
And
you're
she's
gonna
gonna
have
be on
her,
NXT tonight, so
yes.
that
If you're
I would kind of throw her in. Who's the champion in NXT right now?
uh
Gilla. What's her name?
Julia.
Julia. Yeah.
Yep.
So
She was
I
also
can
in the
see them
Rumble, by the
facing off
way.
tonight. I can see them facing off tonight.
Yeah. I think
Um,
she's the. I want her to like beat Tiffany, but Tiffany really hasn't had a big ring reign. I want, and I want Ripley to stay as the champion, but again, it's Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, here's what I was thinking you do with Charlotte. If you're gonna have her do a program with Tiffany, which I assume they will, they've done
Yeah.
Charlotte and Rhea a few times now, and it's always good, but doing it again just seems
yeah, we've
repetitive at
seen
this
it
point to
before.
me.
Yeah.
So if if you're gonna have her work in a program with Tiffany, I think you have to put her on SmackDown.
Right.
Um, so and that's fine because SmackDown's 3 hours now, so you have the time to
Mhm.
help her get a good program and work that in. And honestly, that's what I think you will see them do with a lot of the NXT ladies is put them on SmackDown with that new 3 hour runtime. There's a lot of stuff they can work in, and they'll give them time to develop and give them a lot of stuff to work with, a lot of time to develop story and promos and all that with that new 3 hour runtime on SmackDown.
I had a lot of MVPs to this match. I had Liv, Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
Chelsea
Chelsea
Green
Green's
might be
always
a
good.
future. Chelsea Green's a star.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
she she might be one of the future
Oh.
people of the. Can you calm down, please? Uh, Chelsea Green, she made an impression. Her
Mhm.
personality is great, and you can put stuff behind her. She might be that lovable
She
dummy
like
or whatever, but
she has one of the superpowers that they call in the business of being able to get over. And
right.
she just is able to get over. Like she's not the best wrestler in the world. She doesn't cut the best promo in the world. She just gets over.
Hmm.
Like and there's nothing else you can really say bad about her because she gets over with the audience and with the fan base and with me because she's over with me too. She is
Yeah, she's
hilarious.
definitely over. She's definitely over.
Chelsea, Piper Niven actually, I think Piper Niven should really turn heel. What do they call the dewdrop?
She might
Y'all
turn
used to be
face
Dewdrop.
because she a heel already. I think she a heel already.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
she
both
should.
heels,
Yeah, if she turn on Chelsea,
technically.
they're kind of teasing it.
Yeah.
They teased Bianca. Okay. The theme of the
Yeah,
night was teasing future stuff. They
yeah,
teased Bianca with Jordan Grace.
They
yes.
Who else did they tease
also,
Bianca?
I think they.
Did her
So,
and Last Legend kind of have a little standoff?
so it was the four that kind of stood next to each other. It was Bianca, Lash Legend, Naomi, and I think Jada. They all kind of like stood and faced off with each other, and then
Yeah,
you
that
saw
was
Chelsea
that
Green.
was the we all black women
Yeah, yeah,
thing,
the spot.
which was nice. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Yeah,
cool.
And also they kind of teased That John had Jay.
We
I
ain't even, bro.
thought
Chill
that
out,
was
chill out.
bad.
You talking too much. We ain't on Jay and John yet.
But
We talking about the women's Royal Rumble right
no,
now.
but you talking about the teasing.
I know.
So
Yeah,
we're
we're
technically talking about every single team.
okay. Calm down, dude. I'm sorry.
He
Um,
excited about Jay winning the Rumble. I
yeah.
am too.
So
But yeah,
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there later. But the camera angles all night. Shout out to the
yeah,
cameraman.
very good. We'll get to
They
that
had the
later.
angles all night, and they got spots, and you can promo it however you want to, but it's gonna
Mhm.
be fun. But the women's Royal
Yeah,
Rumble was I give it an 8 out of 10, and I
yeah,
can't even really say what I'm taking off for, but it was a great match, a great start. It got
yeah,
you hyped. I was texting you through the Royal. I'm like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
Jada.
I just knew I was gonna get a text for you when Jada Parker came on screen. I knew it.
Alexa Bliss was a shock. That was the first shock of the night
Yeah,
because the rumor was she's in a
not
contract
close. They're not
dispute. They don't
close.
have,
Yeah,
yeah. So to see her was a shock, a good surprise. She had a good showing.
yeah, she looked
Her
good.
and Bailey was teased. Her and Liv
Hmm.
could be a thing because after Rhea Ripley, I didn't know where Liv was gonna go, but now we kind of got
Alexa.
somewhere where she could go. And
Hmm.
then touching on Raw real fast to fast forward just a little bit, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley looks like that could be
It
on the
might be a
collision
riff.
course,
Yeah.
which,
Yep.
which could be a nice match on WrestleMania. Probably, I would probably do that night one. I would probably do Charlotte and Tiffany night two.
Yeah, which the card's still kind of shaking out. So the difference
Yeah, yeah.
between night one and two and me, we'll see. But yeah, definitely a WrestleMania event.
So,
Her and Io.
any last thoughts on the women's Royal Rumble?
Jordan Grace looked good.
Bro, let him go.
The roster on the whole is just really healthy. Like superstar after superstar after superstar. I think WWE really showcased the depth of the women's roster right now, which is really good. That was the probably the highlight for me. But yeah, good winner, good match, good start, good opener.
Any final thoughts on the women's Royal Rumble?
I think Asuka could have came. I'm not even gonna lie. Asuka, where are you? I think she could
Yeah,
probably return at WrestleMania. I think.
Asuka and Becky Lynch. I expected to see them, but we didn't. So we'll see
It did.
where they at.
It's the second event in a row that we lost out on Becky Lynch. Becky, come on back, baby. What's up?
Yeah,
What's up with your daughter? Y'all good?
yeah, true. Maybe she's just enjoying being a mom. Who knows? Who knows?
Becky just said
She's all right. So after that, we went into the tag team match.
Hmm.
Motor City Machine Guns. I did not expect Nikki to be in the Royal Rumble. Oh yeah, Nikki
Oh, Nikki
Bella. That
Bella.
was a
Yes,
good.
at the end. Yes,
Yeah, that was a good surprise too. So that was
that was.
the two shockers came in the in the women's Royal Rumble right off the
Yeah,
bat with Alexa Bliss
Alexa Bliss
and
and then
then
Nikki
and
Bella.
then Nikki Bella and then Trish Stratus was in there. It's always good to see
Yeah,
Trish.
that's right. Yeah. I
and
just wonder who all's gonna be. I just wonder who all's gonna be full time. Because is Nikki doing just the one spot, or is she coming back permanently? Is Trish coming back permanently? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I
It might be. You might can work. I don't think Trish is going to be a full time. You
No, but
might
maybe
get
she does
Nikki
another
full
little
time.
run.
What would you? Who eliminated Nikki?
I do not remember at all.
Man, I was gonna say because whoever eliminated her, you can set that feud up right there.
Yep.
TJ, who eliminated Nikki? Do you remember? That's but if you can put her in a good program, then you might as well get her.
Yeah.
I would throw her to SmackDown too because they got that 3 hour. Well, Raw don't have really a time limit, so if you need to fit it on Raw,
You
I don't
can.
know who would you put
Maybe.
Nikki up against?
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe somebody will present themselves on SmackDown tonight. We'll see.
Rich,
Or not SmackDown, NXT. Some mark one
Oh
of the
yeah,
little
yeah.
NXT ladies in there.
Yeah.
Trisha and Nikki, I think, could do.
Tristan and Nikki would be fun, but they're both part time, so
Yeah.
we have to build that one good. So anyway, tag team Motor City Machine Guns and DIY.
Hmm.
Um, 2 out of 3 falls. Great match. We
Yep.
finally got some shenanigans.
Yep.
The Street Profits.
Yep.
I think it was a good match. I like what they're doing with the tag team division. Slowly but surely, they are building it up and making it relevant. It's not an afterthought. Because 10 years ago, tag team wrestling was a complete afterthought. It was
And it wouldn't have made the card.
it wouldn't have made the card. It was a classic. Okay, me and Rimp, we're beefing. Okay, now we're gonna join teams, and then
And
we're
win the
gonna win the
title.
title, and then we're gonna do that Vince McMahon storyline that
Yeah.
was
Done
way
over and over
overused,
again. Yep.
way overused WWE storyline from the back in the days. So I like where they're going. I like where they're going. You got to get the Street Profits involved, and then I like the new Max Faxium guys. I like
Yeah,
those guys.
Fraxium, very
I like
good.
the LWO guys.
Mhm.
It's a lot of new guys, a lot of fresh guys, a lot of young guys, athletic guys that could give you some real matches. We did want to see the Hardy Boys in
Yeah.
there.
And maybe they
It
still
still
will
could have
at some
worked.
point. Yeah. Maybe at some point still. I mean, that TNA partnership ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So we'll see.
Yeah, I can see it happening on SmackDown because
Mhm.
I think I seen. I don't know if this was old or not, but I seen a WWE video. The Hardy Boys were watching some of their greatest moments, and I think
Okay.
that was new.
Okay.
So the partnership is there. So the bridge is there. So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the tag team match? How'd you feel about it?
It was good. I mean, what else can you say about the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY? Like they're like indie guys that just know each other very well. They put on bangers. Like it was very like AEW esque without being too AEW. You know what I mean? Like everybody doing destroyers and super kicks and stuff like that.
Right.
So, like you said, I'm excited for the tag division.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see
This is
where they
another
go from
step
there.
in what this is another step in what they're building. So can
Yep.
you go close the door, please? Um. So after that, we had the title match: Cody versus Kevin Owens ladder match. It
Yeah.
lived up to the expectations.
It was like I think that match, while it wasn't like super exciting bell to bell, but it had like some brutal moments, dude. Some super brutal spots, especially at the end.
Yeah, especially and thank God Kevin Owens. We're gonna fast forward a little bit, but thank God that he sold them injuries on Monday Night Raw. He didn't just walk in like he was fine
No,
because
it
he
was.
was.
I mean, it's probably not that hard to do. His head went through a ladder. He probably ain't walking right. Still, real. That's not a work, son. That's probably
So yeah,
the real deal.
and
And this, um, well, Kevin, when I saw you package pile with Sami Zayn, I was like,
Oh,
oh
yeah,
you
my
talking about on Monday?
yeah, you skipping ahead, man. So okay, so Cody and Kevin. I don't
Hmm.
think it's done yet. Now they
You
might
don't think
pivot
so?
over. They might pivot over to Sammy for a little
Yeah,
bit, but
that's what
or
I
he
think.
might get involved with it or something like that. But they need another one. They need one more. They need one more.
You think so? Cody literally buried that man into a ladder.
He did. He literally
yeah.
did.
That feels like a nail in the coffin to me. You could be right because Kevin Owens, I did not expect him to appear on TV for at least another week. And his butt was at Monday Night Raw immediately, albeit hurt, but he was there. So maybe you're
Mhm.
right, and they're not done with that completely yet. But my feeling is Cody is done with them, and that's why they're pivoting to this new Sami Zayn thing.
Okay. I mean, I ain't mad at it. I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Cody, are you okay? Cause that match was so, bro. That was
It was brutal.
so good.
It
It
was
was
brutal.
so good, so painful.
It was a throwback almost
I think Kevin,
to back in the days when matches. It was almost an attitude era type thing, which
like
is something that we touched on because they don't do ladder matches that often.
Yeah.
Every ladder
hmm
match is, except Sean and Razor, that was kind of finesse. But
Yeah.
more of the ladder, like straight up ladder matches, not TLC matches. But most of the ladder matches are usually brutal, and it's
Yeah.
like I said, Triple H versus The Rock is one of my favorite ladder matches, and
Yeah.
I
It
think
probably
I
set
think
the
this one
standard
might
for
have
how
the fisherman suplex onto
suplex
the
onto the ladder. Insane. Insane. What a crazy bump.
crazy bump. The back over the back onto the ladder that Kevin Owens took was crazy too. It's like, man, like why are you taking that bump? That
Yeah.
was crazy.
Kevin
It was
Owens
a
takes some
good
of the
match,
craziest
man.
bumps.
If this was the closer for that feud currently, it was a hell of a closer.
did
Yeah,
you
it was
guys
proper.
see that mini ladder? That
Yeah,
mini
the
ladder.
little ladder. Yeah, that was funny.
You use that to your. He beat Cody Rhodes probably half the match with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
The
brutal.
mini ladder.
Sammy's involvement was interesting because the entire time me and my fiance are watching, we're like, Sammy, don't get involved. Don't get involved, Sammy. Don't do it. Don't do nothing. So the whole time you're on edge seeing if Sammy's going to do anything. And he ended up not, which is probably why, Kevin does what he does on Raw. But
Should he have entered? Should he?
should he
There
have
was
intervened?
ample opportunity for him to be involved in this match.
Yeah.
Either way, it could have been on it could have been on Cody's side, it could have been on Kevin's side.
Yeah.
Either way,
I mean,
is
Time will
is
tell.
this a setup? Is this a setup for to get Cody thinking that Sammy's kind of on his side, but he really not on his side?
Maybe.
don't
We'll
Where we
see.
going with
We'll
this?
see. I think you made a good case, I think, on Saturday that they're building towards Sammy potentially turning heel. And I think for that to be genuine, he has to have a lot of opportunities to turn heel and to not do it. So I think this
Right.
might have been one of those things where he's like, okay, I have a chance to do something bad and I'm not doing it. See, I'm not doing it. Let's see if good things happen to me. And if good things don't happen to him, he might start getting other ideas, but we'll see.
I almost want to see it, but I want to see it off camera like Kevin did his
Mm,
with
interesting.
fan footage after the show or something like
Yeah.
that. Like the fan footage of CM Punk checking on Sami Zayn that's kind of it's floating around, but it wasn't on the actual show.
Yeah.
I love that part of it. I love that new aspect of doing that. Of
The
it's
backstage
like,
stuff.
okay, I know we got a 2 hour show, but we're 24 hours. Like it's always
Yeah.
something happening and doing it like that, which is cool.
And I think Sammy should attack somebody backstage, and then they seem like, did Sammy do this or did Kevin do this? Or did
Mm.
who did this? I mean, did Drew do this? Did Jay? Who did it?
Yeah, that's actually an interesting angle.
A who done
Son.
it?
Yeah.
Well, they can do a who done it, but they're in the middle of a who done it right now with Jade. So if before they start another whole who did it angle, they need to figure out who attacked Jade first, okay? Before we start doing
Yeah.
more angles like that.
Yeah, that Jade is it's been going on for a while now.
Yeah.
So any more thoughts on KO versus Cody Rhodes? Like I said, again, the camera angles, Cody posing, Kevin in a heap at the bottom, getting helped by Sammy. Amazing camera work all night.
Yep. A great camera work. Shout out to Bob Holly. I think Hardcore Holly, as some people know him. Cody Rhodes used the Alabama Slam, which Holly used as a finisher, I think, once they were tagging together. So that probably was a shout out to him. But
Brutal.
yeah, super brutal match. If it was a wrap for Kevin and Cody, I think this is probably one of the better feuds that Cody has had as champion. And I don't know. We'll see what we get next from KO, but he's doing like I'm sure we'll touch on Raw later, but the bumps that he took in that match and then his selling of those bumps on Monday has been some of the better work that I've seen him do.
Hmm. Is okay. So here's a question: have we seen KO and Sammy too much? Because we just said Rhea and Charlotte. We've seen it. We've seen it a lot.
We've seen
It's
it at
always good.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always good, but we've seen it before.
Yeah.
Kevin and Sammy is
Yeah.
always good, but
Same.
we've seen it before. So
We
uh,
have it might be one of those things that you just have to live with that it's gonna happen every so often. Like throughout everywhere they've been, every promotion, they're always fighting each other. They did it at Ring of
always.
Honor like 12 times. They did it in NXT a couple times, and now that they're on the main roster, they're doing it 3 or 4 times. It's just something that's gonna keep happening. It's just
They
gonna keep
always
happening.
circle.
They
they're
always
like
circle back
Sean
to
and
it.
they're like Sean and Triple H almost. They're best friends
Yeah,
when they're the best friends. They're the best friends when they're not friends. They beat the hell out of each other.
yeah, and
It
it might
just
just
is
be
what
something we gotta live with.
it just is what it is. So I mean, so far this pay per view is just cruising along. It's a great pay per view,
Hmm.
and then we get to the main event. No pun intended.
Yeah, yeah,
Penta
yeah,
versus Rey Mysterio is all. I'm like, I think I text you like, okay, they're going there already.
yeah. And they
Okay,
should,
this
as
is
they
this
should.
is this is setting up to be something if they're going here already. So
Yeah.
great start to the match.
Yeah.
Great start to the
And
match. Penta, I think maybe he was nervous because it was his first Rumble. There was a couple miscues that he had early on, but he was fine later on in the night. But Penta sometimes he get a little excited and he misses cues a couple times. But when he's on, he's on. So
he's
can't be too
on.
mad at it.
And then you add Chad Gable to that mix, and
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
did.
okay,
Right decision. Correct
we're,
decision.
we're going we're going there tonight. I'll tell you one thing: the men are deep too because they didn't need. I was waiting for the return of somebody, a legend or somebody. They
Didn't
didn't
need it.
need it. They
Didn't
didn't
need it.
need it. What?
AJ Styles.
AJ
Oh yeah,
Styles is back.
he did come back.
Um, great, and I think the rumor is he's going to Raw, and he's been on SmackDown the whole time, right?
He's been on SmackDown this last run. Yeah.
Okay, so I wouldn't mind seeing him on Raw. I don't know who he's gonna feud with. I
Penta.
really ooh, Penta could be good. They could
Could
put
be
on
really
some match.
good.
Probably
Yeah.
Finn.
Logan Paul, maybe is he hanging around that? Because him
He
and
could
Logan
be.
Paul had some interactions.
They did. AJ was stomping on Logan Paul early on in the
Yeah,
match, or when Logan came out, he did start stomping on him. Him and CM Punk was exchanging stomps. So it could be that could be good. Two athletic guys. AJ could put Logan over.
I think Ray and Logan. I think is what they're going because didn't he?
yeah, they got a match next week for the Elimination Chamber, Ray versus Logan.
Ooh, I think we should see Logan in there. I'm not Ray.
Ray's not on the title tier anymore. He's
Not
kind
yet.
of
Not
he's on
yet.
a
He's
legend
he's a
run right now.
reliable veteran that you can put somebody with and have a good match, but I don't know if he's really on a title run right now. So yeah, Logan probably is gonna win that. But
I think
good.
they kind of Ray and Kevin. That was just one match. They're over. It's
Yeah.
over.
So we got Chad Gable in there.
Mhm.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
It's shaping up to be a nice match, man. And then do you think Roman came in too early?
No, I don't. I don't
I think
because
she
only for
really.
If nothing else, then just because we got to see Joe Hendry interact with Roman Reigns, that's enough
Yeah,
for me. That's a good enough reason for him to have been in the Rumble there.
I like Joe Hendry. Now I haven't seen a lot of them, but I think he everybody gets their 2 minutes. When you come in, you get your 2 minutes to get your stuff
Yeah.
off. He made he made a couple moves, did a couple things. I like
Yeah.
Sheamus was just sitting there like,
Just
who's this
chilling.
guy?
He liked
Like,
it. He liked what he was seeing that. He was yelling at Jacob like, "Why'd you do that?" I was enjoying that.
oh man, Braun Breaker is one of my MVPs for the night.
Oh, he's
We'll
got to
get it.
be.
Fear to actual speed.
We'll get to the spot. So Braun Breaker came in at 7. Was it 7?
I
He
think
came in
so.
early on. He was in
Okay,
there early.
so let's break it down. So the guy from American Alpha, Otis team, American Academy, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Alpha Academy.
Tawanza, was it Tawan? What's his name? I forgot his name.
Taizawa.
Yeah, Taizawa. He's getting ready to come in. Our boy Mello got picking out. Eliminated.
Same.
Mello did good too. I like Mello.
Yeah.
I did text you when Mello came out. There you boy.
Yeah.
Melo's is a little frustrated, and he's been doing this lately, attacking people from the back. I like this Mello
Very heel.
angle that he's been doing lately. He takes out to Tozawa. They rush him in the back, and I'm like, when they were doing it, I'm like, okay, so they're gonna have to put somebody in this spot. And Triple H was like, Speed, you're in there.
Get
Dog, and that was crazy.
Speed goes to the ring.
Shout out Speed,
because I wouldn't have did what you did, bro. I wouldn't have did what you did. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Helps eliminate Otis. He's celebrating. He does the black backflip, and then what happened to him? What happened? They can't see you off camera.
Yeah, Braun Breaker spears the crap out of him. Like, no holding back, no nothing.
Like, I saw him backstage on YouTube. He broke his neck.
He had a neck brace on. I seen that photo. Yeah, hilarious.
He takes a spear.
A huge spear.
He took a Goldberg in his prime type spear.
And it was one of the ones where he was like, it was like one of the ones where he was caught off guard. It was insane. He's like halfway turned around. He's not even fully turned around yet. And Braun Breaker's just spearing him out of his shoes.
Man, when Braun Breaker run them ropes, it's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Speed, man, because I wouldn't have did it.
Nope.
I wouldn't have did it, bro. I know you.
That mug was not.
You young, but even being young, I wouldn't have took that bump right there.
And the afterthought of Otis just tossing him over the announce
to the
table.
WWE, youngin.
No, don't talk about Speed like that.
Yeah, Speed is funny, bro. Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Speed.
DJ,
but
I want to say that if I were you, he takes a lot of bumps.
Yeah. A lot. So Roman comes in and him and Joe Hendry have the face off, a lot of teasing angles, a lot of potential storylines.
I swear, there's like at least 20 face-offs between both the Rumbles.
Man, they hit a point in the match where everybody that came out was a guy.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I text you like 3 into it. I'm like, what they doing right now is crazy. It was Roman, Joe, Seth, Punk, Cena, all like boom, 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 boom. Like it was like, whoa.
Braun Strowman.
They are, Braun Strowman came out.
It was like Finn Balor is kind of Finn Balor. A lot of respect for you. I think I have the demon on my blanket upstairs.
You do.
And also Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I didn't say Jacob. Jacob Fatu.
Another MVP. Another MVP.
Solo.
Jacob had a showing.
Yes, it did. A very good showing.
I did
And
not
that and it
expect
looks
him.
like they're setting
I
up
saw Tata. He was.
Yeah, Jacob is a beast. He really is a beast, man. He showed out.
Solo.
then it
Where
looks like they're
are
teasing
you?
him versus Braun again for WrestleMania, maybe for
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber.
Who else did he stare off with? He stare off with AJ Styles, right?
I don't think
I
so.
don't remember that.
I think
He
Jacob.
He
no
stared off with
Braun,
LA Knight,
Braun
maybe. Was
Breaker,
it?
Braun Breaker.
Oh
That's
yeah,
who
he
he
had the
was.
bra breaker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was somebody. He stared off with Roman too.
Yeah,
Uh,
He had a stare off with Roman. Um,
Jay and LA Knight.
yeah, we're gonna
Jay
touch
and
on
LA
LA
Knight had
Knight
an
in a minute.
extreme. Yeah,
And yeah, Jacob Fatu was he was
very
like,
good.
you remember back in the days when Kane used to come in the Royal Rumble and just
Yeah,
he would have
Kit
11
House.
eliminations.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it was like that.
because in the Royal Rumble when they need to clear the ring and get some fresh guys back in there, they'll have a guy come out and just start eliminating.
And
Crazy.
that was
That was
Jacob.
Jacob's role this year. I think he played the Kane role this year. So
Yeah, and
and he did
it's
it to the
crazy
fullest.
because no matter where we were in the Rumble, if Jacob was in the Rumble, he was still doing spots that caught like high energy. Like he's still doing like Samoan drops, like
Right.
30 minutes into the match. Like this dude has a tank
Yeah,
on him.
he caught Miz on a Samoan strike off the top rope, which was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
Solo. I don't know what Solo's doing. I I don't know what he's doing, but come on, man. You missed the Royal Rumble. You had an opportunity to main event WrestleMania for the first time.
They they gonna build Solo. You remember when John Cena lost to The Rock?
Yeah.
Oh,
So he spent that whole year like down on his luck. I don't have no confidence. I think that's the route we're going with Solo.
Going with Solo.
He's
We'll see.
eventually gonna have to meet Jacob, and he's gonna have to be rebuilt to kind of not stop Jacob, but to take him off his
So
high
that's kind of interesting. I could see like a program where they do like those things, where two alpha male animals fight each other to see who's the top of the heap, right? I could see them
Right.
doing that kind of thing with Jacob and Solo. And then if Solo ends up beating him, that Jacob just falls back in line. That could be that'd be a very good way to build Solo back up.
Man, WrestleMania is lit. This card could go multiple ways. It's lit right now.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Solo, he kind of should come back. We didn't see The Rock.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, we did not see The Rock again. So
Yeah.
I'm of the belief that The Rock will not be at WrestleMania this year. I hate to say it because I think we're getting another year down the line, and he's getting another year older. He's getting it's like the chances, and I'm not mad at you, Cody. You have to do what you have to do, but the chances are dwindling at this point that we're going to get Rock and Roman.
I could run. So every day that passes, I'm like getting more and more sure that he's not showing up at WrestleMania. I mean, to be fair, okay, he showed up for last year's WrestleMania program the Friday after the Rumble. So maybe there's a small chance that he shows up this Friday on SmackDown and he starts another program to try and work his way into WrestleMania. That could be. But man, it just doesn't seem like. I mean, there's him and Cody seem to have unfinished business, and they kind of swept that to the side. So even if he does come back, I don't know what he's going to do
And they're
because
playing the
Roman's going to
injury.
be busy.
They're playing the injury angle on Cody too. So is it a
Yeah.
guarantee that he's going to be there Friday at SmackDown?
Nope.
It's not.
Wait, no. I
Roman
thought
Reigns
I
is
saw
injured
that
right
he was going
now.
to show up. Yeah.
Thanks for injuring him. That was bad.
Yeah, so it's not. I was talking to somebody today, and I'm like, "Do you think is it a work or a shoot?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's kind of their work. It's a working shoot." that he
Mm.
probably is kind of injured, but he just needs some time off. But he can't miss WrestleMania, can he? Like,
Roman?
yeah, you can't. He
No.
can't.
No.
No, there's no way, right?
No, I don't think so. If it were that significant of an injury, there'd be a lot more smoke. Like we'd be saying, "Hey, I'm seeing reports that this Roman injury is super serious. He might we if the injury were that serious, I think we'd be seeing way more reports and way more smoke about that."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably a word. Um.
Hmm.
Let's get to Okay, let's get to the controversy a little bit. Drew McIntyre, Damian
Yeah.
Priest, LA Knight, Logan Paul.
Yep.
Logan Paul, shout out to him.
Okay, so there's multiple rumors. One of the first ones is Logan Paul or Drew was supposed to be eliminated earlier
Hmm.
and they missed the spot. There's a rumor that LA Knight was trying to get his moves in and was in the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Is it Logan Paul? Was Logan Paul in the way?
In the
Was
way.
his timing off? Or do you just blame Damian Priest for what he did? Like
No,
it's plenty of blame to go around, but I don't think we'll ever know whose fault it was. But something happened. Something
Yeah.
happened
I
that
remember even thinking while I was watching, I'm like, man, they kind of just unceremoniously dumped Drew there. Like, I thought we were about to see
yeah.
like a Logan Paul LA Knight spot, and then all of a sudden Drew McIntyre's out. I'm like, what is happening? So I don't know whose fault it is, but it's somebody's fault.
So
Somebody
so
got to
the
take the
rumor
blame
is
for that.
there's a potential Drew versus Damian storyline,
Mhm.
yeah, there
which
is.
I'm not mad. I don't know why Drew would be upset with that because
I don't
there
think
is
he's
some
upset at
there is
that.
some history there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But does he just want the main event?
I'm sure he
Do you
does.
think
I
he
don't know if
deserves
he's
Cody? Does he deserve
No,
Cody at WrestleMania?
no, not at all.
deserve is a hard word to say because he's worked really hard, so I'm sure he deserves to have Cody Rhodes. I just don't know if that would make the most money or generate the most interest. But even if it's him and Damian, I don't know if he would be necessarily mad at that because Damian's one of the top guys, and WWE sees Damian as one of the top guys.
Right.
So I don't think he would. I think he was just mad that if we're going to do Damian versus Drew McIntyre, it should be a big deal, and we can't have people in the middle of our spot. If we're going to have, Damian versus Drew, we got to properly sell it. So other people need to get out the way so we can properly sell it. So I think
Is
that's probably
is he
where his
just
frustration
is he
was.
justified in being upset?
It depends. If it happened the way it's rumored to have happened, or how he was explaining that it happened, that LA Knight was just trying to get all his moves in, and he was in the way, and that kind of messed up the spot and kind of made Drew kind of look kind of whack, then yeah, he's justified. But just
Yeah.
from watching, just from my eyes looking at the screen and seeing what happened, LA Knight and Logan Paul started that spot like way before Drew or Damian were even trying to start their whole elimination spot too. So there was plenty of time for somebody to say, "Hey, they're in the middle of their thing. Let's wait for them to get finished and then we'll do the spot." I think there might have been time to get out the way, but I don't know the inner workings of that. So just that's what my eyes saw was that Logan and LA Knight started the spot first, and then the Drew thing kind of interrupted or got in the way.
Go ahead.
LA Knight and Logan Paul, I think they did have a match at SummerSlam, and then Logan was just going, "Yeah, I'm gonna retire." No, you're not. And
He did
then
say that.
and Damian and Drew, they did have a moment at WrestleMania. That's the only reason why they became champion. And Finn only turned because you remember when he had cost him at when Finn had
He
faced.
cost him against Gunther.
No, it was Finn against Seth, and then Damian
Uh,
cost him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, with the Money in
And
the
then
Bank.
next
Yeah,
SummerSlam, he cost him. And then this SummerSlam, I think
So
Jay
then
should be probably still champ. I think he could win.
you way down.
well, that boy all the way back in next
He,
year's
he's
SummerSlam.
looking next year's
He put
SummerSlam.
man,
That's
okay,
that. That's that W2K mode, that GM mode
yeah,
that we be playing. But
yeah,
I forgot the exact quote. It's Jeffrey Jarrett that personal drama makes money. Whatever. I'm
yeah,
paraphrasing.
yeah.
So if it is, I would damn near I would look at Drew and LA Knight. I would look at Drew and Logan Paul. All four of those are options for me.
Throw all four of them in there. Who cares? Drew,
Yeah.
Damian, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Fatal Four Way. Have at it. You know,
I,
there are ways to do that if you want to.
here's the thing. Who's Braun gonna be looking at right now?
Breaker or Strowman?
Breaker for the Intercontinental, or he's Intercontinental champion. So
Yeah, they teased
he's had
Penta, if you remember. They
what?
teased Penta. They teased Penta. Remember, I think either last week or the week before. So
Hmm.
we could be seeing that somewhere
Yeah,
down
they
the
had
pipeline.
the backstage
Penta
thing.
and Brown Baker.
Hmm
Brown
They
Brown Strowman, I don't think he should be.
they
Well,
teased.
I asked that question because I wanted to get to Shinsuke,
Okay.
who, who
Oh,
I don't know what to do, or I kind of want to put Mello in that spot. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know how to get there because they're both heels at the same time.
I
Yeah.
think
It's just.
they should
I
put.
think at this point it's going to be hard to put Melo in that spot at the moment. I think down the line, absolutely. I think he has a United States title run written all over him. I think right now it's just going to be hard though. Who is Shinsuke going to face though? Maybe AJ
Yeah,
Styles. Maybe.
and
Well, no. If he's going to be on Raw, he can't do that. So
I'm
I don't
trying to get
know.
away from all the triple threats and fatal four ways at the same time
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
I think a potential, and we'll get to this later. I think the potential triple threat is going to be Punk, Seth, and Roman.
Roman. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
the rumor.
I think they should do Shinsuke against Logan.
He's already had that title.
Yeah.
He
And
needs to,
they're
he
both
needs to
heel.
he needs to go up, and we need a baby face against Shinsuke. Shinsuke's a heel, so you need a baby face. Maybe you bring in Trick Williams as a baby face.
Maybe, but I don't know if he's going to get called up anytime soon because he's still
Yeah,
got a program with Obafemi that they need to do.
yeah, and I thought he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. They did not do too many
Yeah,
NXT guys at the Royal Rumble
they did not. I
on the
think they
men's
were
side.
just. I think they kind of just ran out of spots. When you have so many big name stars in there, it's hard to get NXT guys to get put
Right.
in there. So, like, who are you going to replace Trick Williams with? Like,
I
you
think
going to replace him with Roman Reigns? No. You going to replace him with John Cena? No. Seth? No.
I think you had to put Braun Strowman in there just to eliminate Braun Breaker. I mean,
Or you
just
Jacob?
to eliminate Jacob.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. It's
So that's
hard.
not done either right now.
Yep.
It would have been nice if Bronson Reed would have been able to be in there. I would have loved to see what they would have
Yeah,
done.
me too. But he's still hurt. Had that foot
Yeah,
injury.
he won't be back till after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the spot. Everybody's putting John Cena took a lot of bumps in this. John Cena took a lot of finishers in this thing.
I think I want to put Jimmy in there. I'm not going. I think
Uso? That could be good.
I think
Jimmy versus Shinsuke?
he did have a match against Carmelo.
Yeah.
And I think we haven't seen him since then.
Yeah, he was in the Royal Rumble.
KO. Are you in the Royal Rumble?
Jimmy was.
Mhm.
So we got the Seth and Roman face off that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Another great
Camera angle.
Roman,
This match has been teased for years.
for years, decades,
For,
maybe. Not just years.
years.
10
And
years.
this is probably the closest that we're gonna get for the tease. It's got to happen now. It's
Yeah.
got to happen now. The timing is
Now.
right, especially if you're not gonna get Rock, and then Punk adds that extra layer of
The favor.
man.
Interest.
Is Punk gonna accept? Is Punk gonna accept it though?
Is Punk going to?
I'm not big on triple threat main events. I don't like that. But
Well,
if you
listen,
can
I think
transition
that could
Punk
work.
over to Cena or Punk over to Cody, and then keep just the Roman and Seth thing right there, that's damn near a main event by itself.
That could work. That could work, but I think the reason why CM, I mean, they first of all they teased Punk, Roman, Seth as the triple threat. They
Yes.
even teased that at the Rumble, but also I think this favor thing. I think the entire plan from the jump was the favor is going to be a match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and if that's the case, then I don't think there's a way you could have Roman in a match and have CM Punk not be involved. I
I
think and that match is going to main event. By the way, I feel like with
Yeah,
those
that's a
three
main
big
event.
of names.
That's
Yeah.
it. Don't need a. I was trying to figure out, do you need a belt involved in that? But you don't.
No, no,
The storyline's good
no,
enough. You don't even need a belt. And
I think the favor could be after you injure Roman Reigns, after Reigns is gone, Punk could just take the Wiseman. That's really all it is.
maybe
you
that
think it's
could
all
be a
about
favor
Paul
too.
Heyman?
He can really just take. That's you remember when I think it was Chris Jericho,
Jericho.
Jericho, however you say his name. I think he took Paul Bearer and Kane wanted him.
What are you talking?
That was Edge. He's talking about with the wheelchair. In the wheelchair, that was Edge that took him.
Okay. This dude.
But yeah,
So yeah,
I think
I think they threatening a triple threat. I would like to see it. That's the main event status that Punk has been looking for.
Mhm.
Them hovering around each other. The promos are going to be great. They're going to sell it. How long?
the promos.
Oh, the promos are going to be sick. How long do you keep Roman out though? Is he
As
out
long as
for
he wants.
Elimination Chamber?
I think so. I think we might not see him until after Elimination Chamber, to be honest with you. And even after Elimination Chamber, we might see him 2 more times after that.
Yeah, I'm looking at Punk as a winner of that. So I think it could be a triple threat, but I think you can sell Roman versus Seth all by itself, and
You could.
maybe it doesn't need Punk. But I think if you put Punk in there, it's next level. What happened to you?
Only one.
I don't know what he did. Okay, there we go.
Oh
right.
my goodness! Just saying his name, it threw me off. It took me out the room.
That's hilarious. But so
yes.
You got the triple threat, and now let's get to the winner.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of people were nervous in the group chat. Man, they gonna let Logan Paul win this. I'm like, no, bro. Which was one of your predictions, right?
We talked about it. I was like, the thing that scares me the most is Logan Paul has a real shot at winning the Rumble. That was my only fear. I would say the only thing that would disappoint me is that happening. And they played with my heartstrings perfectly.
But as soon as I turn that TV on, I hear AJ Styles music. I was like,
AJ Styles? You talking about Logan Paul, man? You gotta stay on subject. Wait a minute, bro. You off camera for a bit. Sit down right there. So we get the last three, the final four or whatever.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, Jey Uso, John Cena.
Yep.
Okay, John Cena was the clear favorite out of those three.
I think so.
I kind of had a little. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna let Logan Paul win this because they want people to
Yeah.
go on happy.
Yeah.
And then I tweeted out, I said, "Are they gonna let Jay win this?" Logan Paul gets thrown out. Who threw Logan Paul out? Was that John Cena?
Yeah, because
John
Yeah, it was
Cena?
John Cena.
Yeah, super kick. John bounced off the ropes and Logan was on the other
Clothesline him.
clothesline.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So another potential feud: Logan Paul, John Cena would be a big WrestleMania match.
Well,
Yeah,
I
say
think
that.
I know what Cena's doing, but we can talk about that after we talk
Okay,
about
we'll
Jay.
talk about it. So we got John and Jay Uso.
So
Thank you.
get it correct.
So John Cena is the sentimental guy everybody's
Mm-hmm.
rooting for, low key. Jay Uso is the most over guy in the company
Yeah.
right now. He's your
Like right this second, yes.
he is on. I don't know if he's on Stone Cold Austin level.
Last night he was.
And
Last night he was.
I
They
think
played his
he's
theme
on a
song
different
twice.
level.
you remember
They
when
played his entrance twice.
Roman had said one time when he was when it was only Jimmy Roman and him, they was trying to get the Raw Tag Team Championships when RK Bro was around, and he said, "Jay, you remember when I told you we was gonna elevate you to the highest amount that you never knew about? He's on that level."
Took a long way to
Yes.
get there, but okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Jay is over, man. They tease both guys winning. They tease the one hand on the rope, nice
Mhm.
spots. He tried to put him in the AA, the FU, whatever we call it
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Jay falls over the ropes, puts John Cena over the ropes. Another great camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
Jay
Cena's
Uso
face.
is your 2025
Royal Rumble win.
Yeet.
Was this the right decision?
I
feel like it
think
was.
I think yes. I think yes. He's deserving. Like Jay Uso, I think in my mind now, he's this year's Daniel Bryan. He's this year's Kofi Kingston. Like he's the guy that no one thinks can main event anything, and now he's the underdog becoming champion at WrestleMania. Um, and like you said, like this Royal Rumble win really gives him legitimacy, and he's gonna propel that into a championship. Absolutely, and it's deserving because he's been so over for so long. It feels like.
Yeah. He's and you can't mention his name, but there was a certain wrestler that did something outside of wrestling. But he had a WrestleMania moment of him finally winning the title, a great moment. And another guy, Eddie Guerrero, won.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero won the year before that, though, right?
No, that was the same year. Well, no.
Same year.
Eddie,
Okay, good.
Eddie
That
won
makes it
at
make even more sense.
Eddie won at No Way Out, which was like I think the pay per view either 2 or 3 pay per views before that. He won it that same year, and then they celebrated together at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So I see that scenario of Jay and
I'm about to go.
I don't know if it's night one.
Daddy,
I think it's a night one. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Close the door. I don't know if it's a night two match, but it definitely could close night one.
I think so.
It could be the main event. You send everybody home. Yeet. Like
Yeah.
it,
So, so we could. I might just jump into it. So the problem is, I think we have 3 WrestleMania main event caliber matches and only 2 WrestleMania main event spots. I think Jay Gunther is a main event caliber match. I think Roman Seth Punk is a main event caliber match, and I have a feeling that the third match that they're going to do, they're going to have Cody defend his title against John Cena at WrestleMania.
mm.
And that is because, like, if you saw that promo that he cut at the Royal Rumble press conference, he says, "I'm going to be trying to win a title. My goal now is to win number 17. I think I can do it. I know I can do it, and that's what I'm going to do." And he didn't feel
Trying to
no
do some
questions
things
after
for
that.
myself. Yep.
Yeah. So I feel like we're headed towards Cody v. John Cena in the same vein that we had John Cena v. Rock, in the same vein that we had Rock v. Hogan, like a kind of passing of the torch, old meets new kind of WrestleMania match. Um, and I feel like that could be a main event if they want it to be. So we've got 3 potential main event matches and only 2 spots. So
I would say this. Here's my thing with John Cena. If you let him win the title, how do you get it off of him though?
I don't know if they do let him win the title. I don't know if they do let him win it. I
Mm.
mean, because you could. So if you do, let's play the hypothetical, right? You do have him win the title. It could. We saw this with Rock v Cena. Rock beat Cena at WrestleMania that year, and then Cena, albeit at the next WrestleMania, got the win back off of him. You can just accelerate that clock a little bit. I don't know what John Cena's last pay per view is going to be, but whatever that is, you can just have his
It's
last
gonna
match be.
be well. The Royal Rumble was. He's not gonna do that no more. So
No,
this is his last WrestleMania, right?
this is his last WrestleMania. I think his last pay per view is it going to be SummerSlam?
I think it would be closer to December. So probably it might be
December
something.
maybe. It might
Yeah,
be Clash at the Castle. It could be any whatever pay per view it is. You can have that be his last
Night of
match and have him
Champions or
put
something like that. Yeah,
Cody over. You could do it that way. But yeah, just maybe they don't even let him win the title though, and then we see what John Cena does after that.
man. I don't know if you could. If you put him in a title match, will the fans accept you not giving him the title?
Who cares? They didn't accept. They didn't expect him not to win the Rumble.
Yeah, yeah, true. Um,
So
yeah, they gotta. This is what I think is a good problem. Um, and you didn't even mention the Intercontinental belt. That should be
yeah,
prominent. U.S. titles should be prominent. The tag team titles that we've said they've been reestablishing should be prominent. We haven't even touched on the women yet. This
yeah.
card is gonna be stacked, bro. This card, it'd be amazing if they had to do 3 nights.
I
3
I
nights might be
don't.
too much.
The third might be too much. Honestly, it's insane that they're doing 2. To be honest, it's crazy
It,
that they're doing 2.
but they got so much. You
Yeah,
can't fit it all in. You can't do it all in one night. It's gonna be 12 hours if you do it all in one night. So
yeah.
they have to do it like that. Man, like I said, bro, I think the Royal Rumble was amazing. I think Jay was the right choice, and then judging by the reaction on Raw, I think that the fans think that Jay was the right choice. Charlotte Flair did not get the same type of love though. She was booed.
No,
Do you think that's fair, or is that character development? Is she? I think you got to
uh,
turn her heel.
she's probably going to turn heel, which is fine. She's a good heel. Like,
She's a great
and
heel.
and the angle that she can run is just, yeah, I win everything because I'm Charlotte Flair. Be mad if you want to be,
Right.
And
Or she could do
so
the Hollywood Rock thing of I came out and just because I was facing Hulk Hogan, y'all booed me. Y'all
yeah,
booing me,
yeah,
which was a
yep,
whole motivation for Hollywood Rock. Great
yeah. So
character,
yep,
brother.
yep.
Hollywood Rock was amazing. Oh, the next pay per view is in Toronto too. Oh man, that's
Yep.
gonna be nice.
Elimination Chamber.
Toronto's a good crowd. They gonna
Great
show
crowd.
out. They're gonna show out. About Raw. So we touched on the Charlotte Flair. We touched on CM Punk. Sammy was a good match, a great
Great
match.
match. Hmm.
Great back and forth, and then the great angle after the match. Anything else you want to touch on about Raw?
Nothing seriously. We kind of touched lightly upon everything that I wanted to talk about with Raw. Just Kevin Owens doing some really good selling of the bumps he took. I'm interested to see where they go with that. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see who Charlotte picks as her opponent. We'll see who Jay picks, although I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gunther, who, by the way, cut a fantastic promo on Raw. So I don't know.
Yes.
Excited. We'll see. We'll see.
Uh, they got so many strings on this big ball of pause. This big ball they got it has so many strings, so many different layers, so many ways they can go with this, man. This is a great time to be in wrestling right now. So
Yeah.
NXT, they're gonna get Charlotte Flair tonight. That should be amazing. I'm expecting
Yep.
a nice little face off, nice little promo with Charlotte and somebody. I like the bedazzled knee brace.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
That was
cute. Yeah.
fun. I'm curious what they do with Alexa Bliss going
Yep.
forward. I'm very curious how they work Roxanne Perez in going forward.
They see her
Um,
as a
and it-
superstar.
yeah, she is. She really is. Shout out to Mark Henry.
Yep.
I'm curious to see how they work the Street Profits. Street Profits are due. They need a run. They need some belts.
They're super
They-
talented, so they should be getting a run sometime soon.
yeah, and that threesome and the other couple people, you got a nice tag team division right there with that.
Hmm.
But Street Profits need a run. They've earned a run. Or you don't have to let Montez Ford branch
Do
out on his
something.
own. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a whole nother show that we could talk about. Montez going
yeah, that's a
single.
whole.
Yeah.
You gotta let him do something. So pay-per-view got a big I would say 9 out of 10. I think it was pretty much it was a great pay-per-view. I thought the speed spot when it first happened, I was like, how are they gonna do this? But they knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of surprises. I think that they hit some spots in that men's Royal Rumble where it almost was a downer when Logan Paul came.
Yeah.
A lot of people were
Yeah.
kind of mad when Logan Paul came out. Logan Paul got some white hot heat, bro. He's easy to hate.
He got booed in his
There's
own
a
hometown, so yeah.
man, it was amazing to see Jay win. I think Jay earned that. Jay, there's still an angle where you can go back to that tribal chief angle with Jay and Roman if he wins the belt. There's a
Yeah.
whole nother layer to the bloodline, to the OG bloodline too.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with Sammy because they're building something for Sammy. They're building something, and I'm curious to see where they go with that. It's interesting, man. It's been a good year so far. 2025 is starting out on the right track. Any AEW news this week that you got?
Not that I'm super aware of. I mean, they did the Jericho cruise not too long ago. There was some funny stuff that happened there, like Ricochet put on a wig, so that was cute. Um, Nothing too big. I'm waiting for the day that they do something with this John Moxley crew that they got him and his Death Riders. We'll see if they do anything with that. Like they hiding the belt away in the briefcase. He's beating up on everybody. Darby Allin's climbing the Mount Everest, so he's gonna be away for a while. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm curious that when is Hobbs coming to WWE? We're
It
gonna have
could
to
be.
get that.
He's definitely a guy that WWE would look at. He's a typical WWE guy.
Yeah, and Aleister Black. I'm waiting to see when he pops up.
Mm.
Another person. I'm the Joe Hendry. What is it, Hendry?
Hendry,
Hendry.
yeah.
I'm curious to see what's going to be the follow up with him.
So he's the
Um,
TNA World Champion right now, so he's probably going to be a bit busy. But whenever WWE calls, he answers. So maybe it's at an NXT pay per view, maybe it's at Stand and Deliver. They're kind of NXT's version of WrestleMania, so we'll see.
I was interested because they did mention. Because I said that Dolph Ziggler might come out,
Pop
but
up,
they did
he
mention
might.
Nick. They did mention his name. His
They
new
did. They said
Nick
Nick
Nemeth.
Nemeth.
Yeah, they mentioned his name. So I would love to see Dolph Ziggler back. One of the best sellers. One of the
Ever,
best sellers ever.
ever.
Ever. So, man, great show.
Great stuff.
Great pay-per-view. I'm ready to see SmackDown. Gonna check
Me
in
too.
with the NXT, and then we're gonna get y'all ready for the Elimination Chamber, which should be fun. We already got one qualifier. We got CM Punk, and we got
John
Liv
Cena.
Morgan on the women's side. John
Yes.
Cena's already in there.
Mhm.
Punk and John Cena is happening. I don't know when it's gonna happen,
At
but
some point.
they keep hovering around each other like the sun and the moon. So we'll keep y'all engaged, and we'll keep watching. We got 2 words for you. I only got 1 word for you.
Yeet. Yeet. Yeet.
Yeah, TJ, yeet.
Yeet.
Nah, shout out to Jay Uso, man. You deserve it, bro. Day 1
Yep.
ish.
No,
So
don't punch
we'll see y'all next week. Holler.
Holla.
Woo.